overview of a shredder granulator combination. This is a 1400 series, and 1400 series has a rotor that is 60 inches wide for both the shredder and the granulator. The shredder rotor has a diameter of 16 inches. The granulator has a diameter rotor of 12 inches on the unit. I'll give you a walk around. This unit has what we call a doghouse hopper on it. And what the doghouse hopper does is it keeps all the material in because it goes through the shredder. It tends to break things up. Things can fly around, and it actually blocks it from ever getting out of the machine on the unit. What drives the shredder portion of this unit is a 60 horsepower WEG motor. And this WEG motor then drives the SEW gearbox, which we have here. And this SEW gearbox then works the rotor cross on the unit. Critical to this unit is beneath it is the granulator. And it's important that the granulator and the shredder can communicate with each other, because if the shredder overfeeds a granulator, it can create some difficulties in the system. You can burn belts, you can have other problems with your unit. What this does is, as the granulator below begins to amp up on your unit, it tells the shredder to back off the rotor, to slow down, to reduce the amount of material flowing through this system here. This system here, the 1400 series, will do about 1,500 pounds of material an hour through the system. The main screen inside your shredder is a 20 millimeter screen, and then the screen size for your granulator is 8 is the normal screen size. Some people go with 10s and 12s depending on the material. The granulator is driven by a 30 horsepower WEG motor on the system, and so this is able to drive the rotor for the granulator on it. What works the hydraulics for the system is your hydraulic pack back here. This hydraulic pack is what drives the ram back and forth on the unit. We have 2 oversized cylinders which work the ram, and along the rails of the ram we have sensors, and what the sensors do, it communicates back to the control panel where the ram is in position, and also helps with the timing of it. What I mean by timing is we have a fairly smart control system where you can make the ram go forward and do a passage in 20 seconds, or you can slow it down and have it do the passage from front to back up to 60 seconds or even greater on that. And it all depends on your material. That's how you set the differences in your ram speed and how you want it to work. The control cabinet is a Mattel control cabinet. On it, very easy to work controls. You have a blower system, which then creates the blower, so it allows you to then alleviate the materials from the granulator, then your hydraulics for the shredder itself, and they're all set up for a feed conveyor on the unit. The yellow light here is for if the granulator begins to amp up because it has the excess material going through it. What it does is it tells the hydraulics and the shredder to back off so you don't overflow your granulator and jam up your machine. It's got a variety of sensors on it: high temp sensor, oil level sensor, ram overload, and overload of the actual shredder itself on the unit. It's a fairly simple control panel to work. Inside the panel, it's a very nicely laid out panel, and the core components in these panels are either Eaton controls in Eaton Electronics or Siemens controls. So it's very easy to source all these electrical components in the United States. What we've done is we've opened up our shredder granulator combination. Up on top, this is your rotor for your shredder. It is an 18-inch diameter rotor and comes down to a screen. The screen size on this unit tend to be 20 millimeters or 30 millimeters. We want to make most of the processing done on the shredder side. They'll then drop below, which down here is where your granulator is positioned. It's just a straight drop into it, where we have the granulator system with 4 knives going across. It's a 3-knife rotor, 4 knives going across, 2 bend knives, one at the 9 o'clock position and one at the 4 o'clock position.